Hey, what's happening, guys? This is Bashyuk. I just got done. It's fucking 3:20 in the morning. I'm slightly drunk. I just got done watching the 2015 League of Legends World Championship Series, the actual, the finals, the grand finals, which was SK Telecom T1 versus KOO Tigers. Right now I'm just going to just show the result here. It went 3-1 in SKT's favour. But believe it or not, that one victory that the KOO Tigers got over SKT was actually the first time that SKT lost, dropped a match this entire World Series, which is fucking crazy. I thought they were just going to have a flawless victory. I didn't think they were going to lose any matches. I didn't think that they were going to drop a match, because they had 3-0'd or 1-0'd, depending on if it was group stages, quarterfinals, semis. They hadn't lost a match. They had been playing basically perfect from the moment they stepped foot into the World Series up until the finals. And yeah, so. I got some notes down here. I had a heap of notes wrote down for, excuse me. Had a heap of notes wrote down for each individual player, but instead I'm just going to touch on the main players from each team that did well, rather than talk about every single player, because I don't want this video to go for too long. I'm looking for about a 5 to 10 minute kind of just recap on what happened. So first up, we have SKT. The analysts, everyone picked SKT to win the game, the entire finals, 3-0. No challenge. No one thought KOO Tigers was going to take a game from them, since no one had, up till that point, taken a game from SKT throughout the entire World Championship. And SKT came out strong in Game 1. It was mainly a whole team effort, like SKT do very, very well. They have a very good kind of team synergy, I guess you'd say. And they came out strong in Game 1 and just dominated, and basically showed everyone this is what we're expecting. I was expecting Game 1 of that SKT won of the finals to be the next 2 games and have a Game 3 victory, and have them raise the Summoners Cup at the end of Game 3. And I don't know. They came strong. They dominated KOO. And they really just had no chance to, KOO really just had no chance to win, against them, I guess you'd say. Game 2 came around, and KOO actually got some very good, early kills on SKT members, and they were actually looking very, very promising for about the first 20 minutes. It was in KOO Tigers' favour, and I was like, wow, they're actually going pretty good. They may actually possibly win this match. And then it all went downhill. SKT got a Baron, and they ended up just snowballing a victory out of that, as SKT usually do, and KOO Tigers really just didn't have any answers in the late game. Early to mid-game, it was KOO Tigers was on top, definitely. And I said, wow, that's a much better improvement than their Game 1. And I was like, maybe if they lose Game 2, they go to a Game 3, they will come out even stronger, and maybe keep that momentum going for 3 straight games, and actually be able to pick up the Summoners Cup. And what ended up happening was that KOO actually came out. Everyone started chanting, KOO Tigers. Everyone started chanting that shit. Game 3 comes out, and KOO actually wins. which was very, very surprising to me. I thought, yeah, they've been playing, they played good in game 2, but I mean, it's SKT. These guys are fucking titans. They're gods. I think they must be robots, is what I'm imagining. So KOO Tigers come out. They actually pick up the victory in Game 3 and force a Game 4. Force SKT to really rethink what they're doing. And what KOO, I think, did very well, and what a lot of other teams that have faced SKT throughout this tournament haven't done so well. A lot of teams will focus a lot on Maren, SKT Maren in the top lane. And I think SKT thought that is what KOO were going to do. It was going to be, you know, a same kind of... the saying is right on my tongue, I can't think of it though. But basically, they were just going to do what every other team had been doing in the championships up to that point, and try and, you know, take out Maren. And focus all their kind of firepower onto Maren in the top lane, and kind of snowball a victory from the top lane. But instead, KOO decided to take the fight to Faker in the mid lane, and take the fight to Bang and Wolf in the bottom lane. And that actually worked out very, very well for them, because they managed to actually pick up the first victory and stop this flawless, absolutely crazy shit that SKT had been doing for the entire fucking World Series. And I've got to give big props to them for managing to actually take a game from SKT. I did see Twitch chat saying like, oh, you know, they're not going to win the whole thing, or you know, when KOO actually did lose, saying that KOO were noobs. Now, you have to imagine, right, that KOO Tigers, the players themselves are not new to the game. You know, some of them came from an incredible miracle, others came from other places, but KOO Tigers themselves as a brand, this has been their first season within Professional League of Legends. The actual team itself, KOO Tigers' first season that they've come out, and they make it to the finals, which is, you know, really well noteworthy. But not even just that, they also managed to, if I show the results again, if it'll let it stay up a bit longer, they actually managed to take one game from SKT, who up to that point in time were undefeated. They were, they looked like they were not going to lose at all, ever. And that was the point in time where I was like, wow, you know, KOO actually, if they can keep this momentum going into Game 4, they can actually probably force a Game 5 and bring it down to a point match. And who knows, SKT might choke and realise that, hey, you know, we actually have to win this match, and then freak out, choke, and we could have been coming away with a KOO Tigers victory. I don't know. They played very well. Faker really didn't show up the entire World Series. I know, you know, Faker Playmaker. He didn't really show up in the World Series, not just in the finals, but throughout the entire thing. Like, he was there, he was making plays, but a lot of the time he just wasn't kind of playing to his full potential like we've seen Faker play before. But in the Game 4 rolls around, SKT, flawless victory, exactly like Game 1, but probably better. They barely made a mistake other than Maren getting caught out on his Gnar at one point in time, and really getting fucked over there by KOO, who countered on that mistake. But other than that, there was really nothing noteworthy to say that SKT did something wrong. So SKT come out, do another flawless victory over KOO Tigers in Game 4 and take the series 3-1. But Faker comes out that on on Rise, on his main pick Rise, no one's playing mid lane Rise anymore. No one's playing mid lane Rise because no one... It's kind of like Faker really understands the champion. He knows what the fuck he has to do on that champion to make it kind of work. And he had came out and absolutely just destroyed KOO Tigers. If he had been playing Rise from the start, I believe personally that Faker could have won like just by himself, kind of won any match that he'd picked Rise into. And considering that Rise didn't get picked, he didn't get banned in I think basically all those matches. You know, there was a couple of times that he was going to pick Rise, but the team comp of KOO didn't seem that good to pick Rise into, so instead he would pick a Cassidy. And but that game for Faker just came out on his Rise and proved that, you know, he is still a playmaker, but he was just kind of this entire World Series giving a bit of kind of spotlight, I guess you'd say, to the rest of his teammates and not taking all of the spotlight himself. So we've got Bengi and Faker, who were in SK Telecom T1 in Season 3 when they won the Summoners Cup for the first time. They were there, they've won it for a second time, but the other three, Wolf, Bang, and Marin, that is their first time actually winning the Summoners Cup, even though the SKT, this is technically their second time winning the Summoners Cup overall. They are the only team so far to win win the the League of Legends World Championship twice. Not in a row, but like twice. No one else has done that yet, and I really thought, other than this one loss in Game 3 that KOO took from them, I really thought that SK Telecom T1 was going to just have a flawless victory, not drop a match. It was very exciting. I want to give a big kind of shout out to Kuro from KOO, who did well at kind of keeping Faker at bay a lot of the times in a lot of those matches. Smeb, he had a Fiora play in Game 3 that they won. That was very excellent. The early game was a bit patchy, but in the late game he really came out, tanked turrets. You know, went 1v1 with Marin and Bengi and Faker and whoever else wanted to go up against him, all while tanking turrets. I think he ended up, there was one point in time there where I think it was Marin and Bengi who tried to stop him from taking out the bottom inhibitor turret, and he actually just tanked the bottom inhibitor turret and killed both Marin and Bengi in the bot lane, while the rest of SKT were up trying to make plays on the other side of the map and trying to make it into KOO's front door, basically. And they were trying to push mid lane, I think. So Smeb, he really showed up. I mean, it's not like he won it. They lost, but at the same time, I mean, the games where SKT really did a flawless victory, which was, in my belief, games 1 and 4, he was kind of an irrelevant person within those games. Games 2 and 3, even though KOO lost Game 2, they still kind of showed domination and showed, in the early game to mid-game, showed that SKT really could be kind of beat, or could at least be kind of swayed from a victory. Because I really thought that KOO were going to take Game 2 as well. Game 3, they came out very strong, very dominant, defeating SKT, and I think that just angered the beasts themselves, and Game 4 came around and it was just a flawless victory for SKT. Other than that, I mean, Hojin, amazing Lee Sin plays in Game 3. There was a point in time where I think he flashed in front of like Wolf or someone and kicked him back. There was a lot of kicks going on. He's been known a little while back to be a good Lee Sin player, and he definitely showed that in Game 3. I wish he'd shown it throughout the entire finals, but he really did show that he knew what he was doing. He deserved to be there as the jungler, so big props to Hojin. Other than that, Bang, massive amount of damage. He did excellent on his Sivir. His Sivir plays were off the charts. And other than that, Marin, I mean, from what I could see, he wasn't playing to what I've seen him play to before. He was a bit less relevant during the finals than he had been throughout the rest of the World Series, which basically was, he was the playmaker, he was the faker playmaker, but he was Marin instead. And I can't take away from, just because he didn't play to his full potential versing KOO here in the finals, I can't take away from the fact that he did very, very well throughout the entire World Series. We also have to think of the fact that, hey, KOO Tigers also played to the mid and bottom lanes, which helped their game out a lot more than every other team that has been playing to Marin's top lane. And they have been getting countered like a motherfucker there throughout the entire series. So that is probably my only reason why Marin wasn't playing up to speed as we've seen him playing throughout this entire 2015 World Series, is simply because KOO decided to, instead of just trying to charge at Marin in the top lane, they would go and try and nudge Faker, nudge Bang and Wolf, see if they could actually kind of get in there. And I personally believe, obviously, it worked out better for them because of that one victory, which is more than any other team had this entire World Series over SKT. Other than that, I mean, I just have to give big props to SKT for still, even though they lost a match, they definitely proved that they deserve to be the champions. They deserve to be, from what I can say, considered the best team in the world in League of Legends right now. Who knows what's going to happen next season? Will SKT come back? Will they have another flawless game after game after game throughout their year, and then get to World Series and flawless all the way up again, and maybe go back to back and pick up another World's Championship? Or will maybe KOO Tigers come out a bit stronger over the seasonal break and kind of practice a lot, and maybe they might be the new thing? Because I remember people saying that KOO, no one thought that they were going to do any good in the World Series. One, because they were a new team, and two, because they didn't believe, people thought Smeb was a terrible top laner, and he really showed up on his Fiora plays throughout the series and so on and so forth. And they managed to get to the finals to face SKT within their first season of actually being a professional team. But other than that, I mean, if I could look through this, Game 3, there was a 5-man ace kill on the SKT members, which really kind of spiraled that Game 3 to a victory for KOO. And I don't really know what SKT was thinking at that point in time. They really should have backed out, but they didn't. They all tried to just kind of run in, and it was like they were going to a slaughterhouse or something. Other than that, Faker has definitely cemented his legacy within the League of Legends, within all of this fucking hype that we have around this game. And I don't really want to talk about any other members. Yeah, I mean, I can see right now this has already gone for 20 minutes, so I'm going to end it. But it's basically just me telling you what I thought of the League of Legends World Championship Series for 2015. 3-1, SK Telecom T1's favour, but KOO Tigers, they ought to be proud of what they have achieved in their first season as a team. Other than that, guys, this is Bashiok. Gonna go and get some goddamn fucking sleep. Till next time, guys, this is Bashiok. Bye.